Everything, trying to pull every pitch that's thrown to him. Cubs using that exaggerated shift. This could lend itself to an awkward looking double play attempt. Castro a few steps on the shortstop side of second with nobody on base. He's on the second base side of the bag out there with Bruce at the plate.
Full 3-2. Batman can scale some walls, but we would prefer that young guy just stay right in his seat. Brett Jackson in center. Votto's going to tag. I don't think he was originally going to go, but then notice Jackson was flat-footed as the wind carried that ball a little farther than he originally thought.
Votto just kind of strolling back to second base initially, but right there when he sees Jackson backpedal, he makes his decision immediately. He's flat-footed. It's going to be tough for him to throw that ball to third base. I'm going to take the chance, and he made it easily.
Outside to Roland. 8-time Gold Glover Scott Rolen. 7-time All-Star, the only third baseman ever with 2,000 hits, 500 doubles, 300 homers, 1,200 RBIs, and at least 6 Gold Gloves.
You know, he's the best I've seen down there, no question about it. I mean, back in my playing days, Mike Schmidt's certainly one of the premier third basemen. That's why they put him in the Hall of Fame. But just as far as making all the plays as consistently as you can possibly imagine, Scott Rolen and Matt Williams, a guy that played for me in Arizona, played for the San Francisco Giants, the Cleveland Indians. Put those 3 guys right near the top of players who were the best at their position that I played against. I stopped by Wellington Castillo with a runner at third base that time. That's why it becomes significant that Votto did tag in advance. You got a young pitcher on the mound, as you mentioned, that appears to be trying to pitch away from contact. Some of those breaking balls are going to end up in the dirt.
Swinging away on the 3-0, and he grounds out to Castro. But the Reds get 3 runs. They strand a couple. 4-0 in the third.
So it's between this or the Honda Civic next door.
Okay, done. This one.
They say the Civic is the best-selling car in its class.
It's possible.
It also has this cool econ button that helps maximize fuel efficiency.
Oh yeah, this car has a lot of buttons. You get a defrost button, radio button, cruise control button, window button, wiper button, trunk button, super button, buttons inside of buttons, buttons controlling other buttons.
We're just interested in the econ button.
That's one button. This is a car with many buttons.
The Civic from Honda. 39 mpg highway and a way to help you make the most of it. Only a Honda is a Honda.
You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah.
Subway's birthday and everyone's celebrating, because many of your faves are now $5 footlongs. Even the Italian BMT, oven-roasted chicken, Black Forest ham, and more. September only. Join the sub-prize party.
Tomorrow, Rios and the White Sox square off with Billy Butler and the Royals in their last meeting of the season. Coverage begins at 6:30 with White Sox pregame live, presented by Honda City. White Sox, Royals, tomorrow night at 6:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Tomorrow, catch a new edition of the Pat Boyle Podcast. Tune in as Pat sits down with 6-time NBA champion and Hall of Famer Scottie Pippen and Bears analyst and 85 Super Bowl champion Tom Thayer. Pat Boyle Podcast presented by Mazda tomorrow night at 11 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Reds have jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Mike Leake has not allowed a ball past the infield over the first 2 innings. And starts Wellington Castillo with a strike. Ouch.
That's where those inside sinkers end up an awful lot. Looks like a strike on the inside corner. Start your bat. That pitch just continues to dive bomb down and in. Catch the top part of the baseball. That one got him up on the shin. Ouch.
And Chris Spire, the acting Reds manager, as Dusty had to head to the hospital for some tests as the Reds try to rule out pneumonia. Cubs announcing today they have reached an agreement with Kane County. Player development contract. It'll run through 2014. They also renewed with Daytona and Boise. And it makes sense. I mean, Peoria was great for the Cubs for a long time, but instead of being several hours away, the Cubs low A affiliate will now be about an hour's drive away, if that.
Certainly makes it a lot more convenient. Not that it was inconvenient to send players to Peoria on a rehab assignment, but as you said, that's just a short drive over to Kane County. Fans that like to watch Cubs affiliates or like to watch minor league baseball in general probably get the opportunity to see some rehabbing players over there this summer. Next summer.
Roland gets Castillo. Theo Epstein chatted with reporters before the game, and here's another thing that he likes about having your affiliates close to your home city. He talked about giving young players a feel for the market. Never really had considered that.
Well, you think about it, when you go to most minor league affiliates anywhere in the country, obviously the AAA cities.
Only a Reds outfielder involved as Ludwig makes a catch on Jackson on the warning track.
Well, the AAA cities, in general, bigger cities, big newspapers, lots of radio stations, TV stations. But when you're slaving away at the low minors, you play a game the night before, you'd be lucky to get a paragraph and a box score in the newspaper the next day. But yeah, being in Kane County, access to the Chicago media, get an opportunity to see hopefully what they're going to experience a few years down the road. I had a chance to see a ball game at Kane County a few years ago when Reed Johnson and Aramis Ramirez were both down there with the Peoria Chiefs on a rehab assignment, and place you couldn't have squeezed one more person into that ballpark.
One and two to Russin. Mike Leake has not allowed a base runner here early on. Looking for his first strikeout. Navarro flashing the signs. Called strike 3 right down the middle. 7 ground ball outs, 1 fly ball out, and a strikeout for Leake, first time through the order.
Here's some simple math for you. Large inventory plus new models coming in equals awesome deals. Now's the best time to find a great deal on the 2012 reliable and fuel-efficient Corolla. In fact, Corolla gets an EPA estimated 34 mpg rating.
Get 0% APR on 8 of your favorite models, like 0% APR for 60 months on Corolla. Or lease Corolla for $169 a month and get $500 bonus cash. Now that's a lot for less. Toyota.
Exciting things are happening at Burger King. It's shaved Parmesan with fire-grilled chicken and creamy Caesar dressing wrapped in a tortilla. Try our new salad wraps and raspberry smoothie at Burger King, where taste is king.
Imagine if Jason Duffner played his game like T1 from the phone company, moving up to 66 times slower than Comcast Business Class. Par 4s would become par 400s. It would be the longest round of golf ever. Fortunately, Jason is more like Comcast Business Class, moving at speeds up to 100 megabits per second.
Switch to Comcast Business Class today. Call 800-501-6000. Don't wait.
Hi, Bob. I wasn't expecting to be back so soon. Everything all right?
It's perfect. We'd like the free installation sale again.
Get free installation on select carpet, hardwood, or laminate.
773-202. Luna.
Tomorrow at 12:30, Rizzo and the Cubs go head-to-head with Votto and the Reds for the last time this season. Don't miss a division rivalry driven by Mazda. Cubs, Reds, tomorrow at 12:30 on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
The fourth inning is brought to you by the new Doritos Locos Tacos from Taco Bell.
Great job by the Menards grounds crew as always. Field looks great. There's Roger Baird, the head groundskeeper. Seven, 8, 9 for Cincy. Starting with Deanna Navarro, who looks at a strike. Backhanded by Castro. Navarro retired. Now news and notes from around the majors. Tiger right-hander Max Scherzer had to leave last night after 2 innings because of shoulder fatigue. Giovanni Gallardo was excellent at Pittsburgh. And late last night, the Orioles won again. Their 14th consecutive extra innings win. Won in 18 at Seattle.
That's a pretty impressive winning streak in extra innings.
What a
wow.
Justin Verlander pitching tonight for Detroit. He's had to work hard, but has a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 5th over Oakland. Verlander's made 109 pitches through 5 innings. I believe Brett Anderson, the starter for The A's got hurt. A strained oblique. So he left early. Fair ball for Valdez. That'll bounce over the bullpen mound. A little slip by DeJesus, and Valdez has a double.
Sometimes you can take a bad swing and get a good result. That breaking ball got in on the hands of Valdez. He just kind of muscles it out there over the head of Anthony Rizzo. Ricochets around in that Reds bullpen. And DeJesus may have had a play had he not stumbled out there, but as it is, Valdez will cruise in with a 1-out double.
So the Nationals won game 1 of their doubleheader today over the Dodgers. Their magic number for a playoff spot is down to 1. They grabbed their 90th win of the year. This will be their first playoff appearance as the Washington Nationals. The 90 wins, the most for a DC Major League club since 1933. One and one on Mike Leake. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Andy Pettitte back with the Yankees, coming back from a broken leg. Got the win today over the Blue Jays 4-2. It's a day-night doubleheader at Yankee Stadium. He improved to 4-3. Called strike 3 on a curveball.
Castillo setting up on the inside part of the plate. That one just nips the upper region of the outside corner. Wouldn't want to leave that breaking ball up there against some of the hitters in this Reds lineup, but he gets away with it to the opposing pitcher.
In that game today in New York, Omar Vizquel of the Blue Jays picked up 2 hits. He passed Babe Ruth on the all-time hit list.
How about that?
2,874. Now 41st on that list. Sharply hit ground ball that backs up Castro, and he throws out Phillips to end the inning. Valdez stranded in scoring position. 4-0 Reds in the 4th.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by Looper, in theaters September 28th.
Ask yourself, what would I sacrifice for what's mine? So you're me in 30 years. I don't want to talk about time travel.
This is my life now. You had yours already.
What's he gonna do?
I'm gonna save your life.
My life! Your life! See what you become!
I haven't seen that yet. Looper, rated R.
You still think you colder than me? No, don't tell me. Tell Tiny. And who you supposed to be? Back up, handle it.
What you looking at?
Cat-like reflexes. Oh,
The Coors Light Silver Bullet Pint. It's bigger, it's resealable, it's still the coldest.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
You can listen to Sirius XM. You can make a hands-free call. You can relax in the comfortable interior. But with a proven 5.3-liter Vortec V8 and a high-strength steel frame, you can't take the truck out of the GMC. During GMC Truck Month, get 1 year of SiriusXM satellite radio when you purchase a GMC Sierra, and get this specially equipped Sierra for a total value of $7,000, or trade up to get a total value of $8,000.
Want to see a Cubs game from the front row at Wrigley Field? Now you can. Visit Cubs.com. Click on the CBOE front row seats auction to bid on tickets in the front row behind home plate and along the first base line. Front row seats will be auctioned off to every game all season long. Don't miss your chance. Go to Cubs.com. Check out the CBOE front row seats auction today. Jesus hits a ground ball to Phillips. 10th batter for the Cubs. All 10 have been retired by Mike Leake.
It hasn't been as easy for Mike Leake in his last couple of starts. He's been banged around pretty good. Total of 9 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 15 hits, 8 extra base hits, including 4 homers. An OPS over 1100. Opponents hitting .375 in his 2 previous starts in the month of September, but on top of his game here early tonight.
One and one to Barney. That's a tough game to figure out. Some guys are hot and stay hot for a while. Other guys are hot and they're always due to have a good one or a bad one, depending on how it's going. You just don't know when.
Sometimes it can be a mechanical issue. You know, you get to this point of a season. A guy like Mike Leake, he had 28 starts coming in tonight. Maybe a little fatigue setting in, maybe some nagging injuries, maybe a mechanical issue that he got straightened out in his last side session. Maybe just felt better today, had a better meal before he came to the ballpark.
Barney stays alive. Leake was born in San Diego. Mentioned he went to Arizona State. Shallow left field. Long run for 3 Reds. A slide and the catch by Ludwig, who had his hat taken off his head by the wind. Nicely done.
Ball almost got on him a little bit before he was ready right there as he went down into his slide. He put the left hand down to protect himself against the ground and tried to get it back up there in time to make a two-handed catch, but the ball got there a little bit before he anticipated.
Rizzo pops foul left side out of play. Well, Mike Leake made his big league debut against the Cubs in Cincinnati back in 2010. Got a no decision, but was very good. Pitched into the 7th, allowed just 1 run. There's the Cubs' first hit. Anthony Rizzo rolls it into center.
Well, the Cubs haven't gotten a lot of pitches in the middle of the plate, but Rizzo finally gets a fastball on the inner third. Has to change his swing just a little bit, cut it off, bring the hands in close to the body to get the barrel on it, but clean line drive into center field.
Snaps a string of 11 in a row retired by Leake to start the game. Pitching now from the stretch for the first time. Ball one outside to Soriano. Well, we see Mike Leake, handles his position well defensively. One of the better hitters among all pitchers. Not too surprising to find out he didn't just play baseball in high school. Early on, he played soccer, was a point guard on the basketball team, was the punter, the kicker, and defensive back on the football team at Fallbrook High School in California. He wanted that one, didn't get it. 3-0. You're down 4-0, but with the wind blowing like it is, you're not out of it.
Soriano continuing to try to figure out Mike Leake. He's now 1 for 17 lifetime against the Reds right-hander.
All four.
Just watching Mike Leake pitch here at the major league level, you have to assume that he was somewhat similar when he was at Arizona State University, and by that I mean he didn't throw 98 then and all of a sudden he became a finesse pitcher. He had to be a finesse pitcher when he was pitching in college against those aluminum bats, and to have success moving the ball around and sinking it and cutting it and making it do different things when it gets to the hitting zone really served him well, and that's probably why he was able to make the jump he did straight from college to the big leagues. Some guys that rely on an overpowering fastball or a gimmick pitch to get the hitters out at the college level, there's some things you need to learn before you can advance through the pro ranks and eventually get to the major leagues. But Mike Leake had to learn those things a long time ago because he is not overpowering with his stuff. He just knows how to pitch.
Castro went around. Call made by Mike Everett at first. Instead of 2-0, it's 1-1.
He just couldn't quite hold it back there. Barrel of the bat snuck out in front of home plate. You get the feeling there's one big hit. Get this Cubs offense jump started. It's just been too quiet for too long.
One extra base hit, including tonight in the last 3 games. That was a pinch hit RBI double last night by Brian LaHare. Kick the 1-2. Votto just deflects it into shallow right center. And the Cubs are on the board as Rizzo scores. It's 4-1. Castro will get his 76th RBI. All this happening with 2 down.
He sticks the bat out there, pokes it toward that hole on the right side. Votto gets a piece of it, which is probably fortunate. And Rizzo just picking up his third base coach, running hard the whole way. Pat Listash never slowed him down around the bag. Love to see that. No looking over your shoulder. Go as hard as you can. Trust that third base coach.
Now Valbuena. Fly ball to right. Bruce went back. Now comes in to end the inning. Cubs get their first 2 hits and their initial run, trailing 4-1 after 4.
How do you make summer feel 90 days longer? Get to the Mazda Summer Drive, because you can save big on a 2012 Mazda 3 with no payments for 90 days and 0% APR for 60 months. So get our hottest deal of the summer on the 40 MPG Highway Mazda 3 with Skyactiv technology. 0% APR for 60 months, no payments for 90 days. Only at the Mazda Summer Drive, and only for limited time.
Patrick Mini.
Who said good things don't come in small packages? Let it ride at Patrick Mini. All you need to lease a new 2012 Mini Cooper hardtop is $199 a month. $199 a month with 3 years, 36,000-mile, no-cost maintenance. Lease a Mini Cooper with a mini payment, $199 per month. Plus, only Patrick Mini has complimentary pickup and return for our customers.
Patrick Mini.
PatrickMini.com.
People have been using wind power for sailboats since the beginning of time. Wind can be converted to electricity with windmills, and it's clean and renewable. There are people and companies working to make wind power available to everyone. All we have to do is get behind them. Can one solution to energy woes be blowing in the wind? The possibilities are endless.
Chicago Tribune Live, presented by Smirnoff, only Comcast Sportsnet.
Time now for tonight's AT&T Mobility question. Who are the last 3 Cub players to win a Gold Glove award?
Derek Lee.
Derek Lee. Yep.
What, do you have to go back to the 80s?
I'm wondering
before that.
I'm wondering about Mark Grace.
Yeah. Rhino.
Here's Stubbs to lead off for the Reds. 4-1 Cincinnati. This Russell's still in there. Two-1 on the way. Fouled off. That one smacked in the left center. Stubbs will hold with his leadoff single. He's been on all 3 times.
And unfortunately, the first 2 times he got on base, he scored.
Well, maybe there's something to the late night the other night. Cubs offense has done very little since Monday night. The Pirates went home and were shut out 6-0 last night. And they trail 3-0 in the 7th tonight to the Brewers. And if that score holds up, the Pirates will drop to 74-74.
Ooh.
And one time they were 16 games over 500. And it wasn't that long ago. August 8th. They were 16 over.
Boy, and there's really been no event or injury to a key person where you would say, well, that's where it all turned right there. They lost their leadoff hitter. They lost their cleanup hitter. They lost their closer. Nothing like that.
About the only thing you can think of is Neil Walker. Missed a couple of weeks, but I think they were starting to struggle before that. I mean, really, it happened like last year when they made their deadline deals. They acquired Wandy Rodriguez. They took Kevin Correa out of their rotation. Joey Votto deep to right. On the track is DeJesus to make the catch. He didn't get it up in the jet stream, thankfully. That's the first time he's made an out tonight.
Had to hold my breath on that one, partner. Looked like Joey got a little bit of that one, but maybe had some top spin on it, got out to right field and died in the glove of David DeJesus.
The other thing about the Pirates, as you look inside the numbers a little bit in terms of their record, let's say they don't win tonight, they'd be 74-74. Well, they've gone 11-3 against the Astros and 8 under against everybody else. Certainly doing what they needed to do against a team they should beat. Only went 8-8 against the Cubs.
When you talked about the injury to Neil Walker, and certainly you want Neil Walker in your lineup every day if possible. A switch hitting second baseman with some pop and undoubtedly one of the leaders of that team. But Brock Holt stepped in and
yeah, he was fine.
Hit 350 or so, was getting on base a lot, making all the plays defensively.
Talking about the Pirates, and the guy at the plate was one of their deadline acquisitions last year, Ryan Ludwig. Derek Lee, Ludwig. It didn't work out last year, and it appears as though it's not going to work out again this season. I will say this, while I'm not rooting for the Pirates, I wouldn't mind see them break this long streak of consecutive losing seasons. Their fans have just gone through so much over the last 20 years. But it's not looking good the way they're playing. Stubbs takes off. He's going to get in, and Barney can't keep that ball out of the outfield. Stubbs is going to hold. It saves an error for Castillo.